And we're back to learning Photoshop in a year, day 323. Let me show the magnetic lasso tool. You can find where the lasso tool is, just right click on the box. And the shortcut for this box is L. And you can see it makes selections by snapping to edges. It's one of these tools that has become a little bit obsolete thanks to new features, but it's still there. So let me cover it. We create a new selection right here. So we pick the first mode and then we left click once and go over the edge. And now this tool detects based on contrast where the edges are supposed to be. As I've said, you just left click once at the start, go over this, and to confirm you have to press enter, and then you should see the marching arms, which indicates a selection. We do it again. And here at this point I left click. So you can add points yourself. If you have the feeling like the lasso tool misses an edge, just go over it again and left click. And that's one way to improve the results. And you can also switch to the second mode for adding to selection, and then you go over these small areas, press enter again, and this will be added. But it's one of the ways these selections were done in the days before AI features. And you can see that here, if I use this as a layer mask, it's a fine cutout. So far so good. We've got a couple of adjustment options. The feather, yet again, it feathers the edge out, kind of like a selection gradient. For the most part, you want to keep that to 0. Anti-alias is for smoothing the edges. I would advise you to keep that checked. And then we have the 3 parameters that adjust the sensitivity of this tool. First is the width, and it simply controls how far from your cursor Photoshop will look for edges. So if I go down very far, close this here, you can see our selection is not that good. It's because when you go down, it looks for more precise and tight edges, but then you have to be very, very neat with your cursor. Even 5 pixels, you can see that are not that good for this example. But if you go too high, too large with this value, the detection will be too loose. So for the most part, it's about finding a balance between low values and high values. As a general rule, if you have bigger objects to select, well, then you can go higher with the width value. And if you have smaller objects, you should go lower. For this example, 10 pixels is totally fine. I think this gives me the best results. The next value that we've got is the contrast, and that determines how much contrast must exist for Photoshop to detect an edge. So this is, you could say, the main intensity that's adjusted. In our case, we have a very good contrast between the reddish background and our sculpture. Therefore, the impact isn't that high. 10% for contrast is totally fine. But usually if you go lower than 10%, this is more for subtle edges. So when the contrast isn't that high, and around, let's say 15 to 30%. This is for strong edges. And here you can see our contrast is so high that I even could go to 90% and it still finds a good edge. But if your lasso tool has the issue of not finding the edge, then go a little bit lower, try again, and that should help. The final value here is the frequency, and it simply determines how many nodes are created for your selection automatically. As I said in the beginning, you left click once and then you go over the edge, and Photoshop creates these nodes automatically along the edge. And if you want to have more, crank up the frequency, maybe to 100, As a general rule, go down with the frequency when you have a very clear edge that's not that detailed and you want to have a smooth selection, so a smooth selection edge, and go higher if you have a more complex edge, lots of spikes, lots of sharp angles. As I've also said in the beginning, the new, let's call it the AI era of Photoshop, this has made this a little bit obsolete because you can go to properties right here and use just select subject. That's something that I've also shown you in earlier tutorials of this playlist. And if I use the layer mask now, you can see we have a very good selection, a very clear edge. But sometimes you still want to do manual selections, and knowing how to use the magnetic lasso tool is certainly a good thing. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.